Hi, I'm Virginia Senator Mark Warner. In 2017, I introduced the Joint Consolidation Loan Separation Act to give borrowers who had come together a way to separate out of some of these exploitive loans. Now, it took 7 years, but we finally got the bill through Congress with bipartisan support, a testament to what a critical and common sense fix this is. I'm thrilled that we're finally seeing the rollout of this application, and I hope that borrowers that have been trapped in these predatory loans soon get relief.
Thank you, Senator Warner. I'm Becca Benalini, and today we'll be walking through the Joint Consolidation Loan Separation application. So first off, let's talk a little bit about what the Joint Consolidation Loan Separation, or JCL, is. So back in 2022, the JCLSA, the Joint Consolidation Loan Separation Act, was signed into law to allow joint consolidation loan borrowers to separate their joint loan obligations and reconsolidate into new individual direct consolidation loans. This law will allow borrowers struggling with their joint consolidation loans to receive significant benefits previously unavailable to them. Some of these benefits include now being eligible for PSLF or IDR forgiveness. We had some people previously raise their hand for PSLF forgiveness, and you can always contact our help centers if you want to learn more. Additionally, if you are currently in default, separating your joint consolidation loan will consolidate you out of that default and let you start from fresh. Only one person, once you separate, will need to take action for the loan. Currently, if you are in a joint consolidation loan, any movement towards deferments, forbearance, or other requests needs to be initiated by both holders. By separating them, this will no longer be needed. Additionally, and finally, by separating out your loan consolidation form, this will ensure proper credit reporting for both of the former co-borrowers by making it into two separate loans. So let's get started. We're going to start our application here at studentaid.gov. Once we scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a link here to the forms library. You can also access it directly from the link provided. Once we reach the forms library, we'll go into the loan repayment section. Here you will find the applications for the income-driven repayment plans, as well as a repayment plan request for one of our standard plans. As we scroll down, you'll see the joint consolidation loan separation form available, as well as instructions on where to send it. We'll click this link to download the application and then start it off. We're going to start off with the beginning, at the beginning. So the combined application to separate a joint consolidation loan is only going to be available through PDF. There is one form, even though there are multiple scenarios for people who might be doing it. The first and most common is the joint application for proportional separation of a joint consolidation loan. In this, you and the co-borrower will be going through and each submitting their own application. This is one where you are both responsible for your own proportions, and we will be separating it out based on the what you had initially. Next, we will have the joint application for separation based on a divorce decree issued by a court order signed by a judge, or a settlement agreement. So for this case, you once again have to have both co-borrowers submit application. However, you also need to include any supporting documentation that outlines how exactly it should be separated. So this way, instead of having the proportional split, it will be dictated based on what that judge determined. Finally, we have the separate application for the separation of a joint consolidation loan. In this case, if you experience domestic or financial hardship or abuse, you can submit it without the co-borrower as well. Please note, though, that we will still notify that co-borrower, but you are not responsible for them. So now that we've gone through that preliminary information, let's get through it. The bulk of this application is the same for all three of those scenarios. We'll start off with our name as we fill it out. If there are any former names, like a maiden name or something else you go by, make sure you include it here as well as your date of birth in the format provided. We want to have your driver's license date and number as well by putting in the 2-letter abbreviation followed by the number. If you do not have anything here, just fill out NA. Please make sure you include your email address so that we can have it in case we need to contact you about anything for your form. Additionally, having your phone number for the same reason will be very helpful. And an alternate one as well. As you can see, the form will populate based on the previous information for things that you might need further down the line. These include your address and your city and your state and zip code. If your mailing address is different, make sure you fill that out as well. If you are currently employed, including self-employed, please enter your name and address of your business so that we have this as a reference if needed, and the work number to contact as well. Next up, we do have the co-borrower information. As I mentioned before, if you are submitting a joint application in either form, the co-borrower will have to submit their own application. However, by including their information here, it will make it easier to identify what applications need to go together. Please note that this is optional. The Social Security number is optional, but we do highly recommend it to make this process as easy as possible. Next up, we have reference information. Similar to your employer, we ask that you provide 2 references here so that we can contact them if needed. Any references you select, make sure that they live within the US at a location that's different from you. They can be a close family member or anyone else who knows you well and has known you for at least 3 years. We will not contact them unless we are unable to reach you by any other means. Now that we have that filled out, next is the part that's a little bit different. So here we'll have whether or not you are selecting that joint application for the proportional split, the joint application for the split based on court documents, or a separate application. For the purposes of this, we're going to go with the first one. And that's the bulk of the application. Once you consolidate it out, we do also ask that you fill out a repayment plan selection. This is going to be either a standard repayment plan or an income-driven one. You can access these forms through the forms library next to where the joint consolidation loan separation form is as well. You can mail these in with your application here to your servicers or complete it online if that's the route you want to go by. At the bottom, once we've gone through everything, we will print this out and sign it or provide a digital signature if needed and date it based on today's date. We will send you a notice before we pay off your joint consolidation loan. This notice will identify the joint consolidation loans that will be separated into a new consolidation loan and show the payoff amount for your portion of joint consolidation loans that we have verified, as well as tell you the deadline by which you must notify us if you cancel the application for the separation of your joint consolidation loan. If you and the co-borrower both submit joint consolidation applications to separate the consolidation loan that you jointly owe together, and only one of you notifies us that you want to cancel your application, we will also discontinue processing the other individual's application. The individual can apply for a separate application if they meet the criteria we previously outlined. If there's an additional joint consolidation loan that you have with a separate borrower, you will need to submit a separate application for that one, as well as notify us if there's additional loans you would like to consolidate with the outcome of this application. Thank you so much for joining us today.